triple word score. Oh, hi. Welcome to week 5 already. My name's Sean McCormick. I'm going to do a quick mirror EQ example for you. I've taken a bass track and soloed it out. And we're going to make a copy of that bass track, which I already have, and I've named it Bass Distortion. And we're going to make an effect out of using the same track. And we're going to try to make them play nicely together in the mix. When you hear them together now, nothing there, it's just doubled up. So we're going to add a distortion plugin to that duplicated track. Just pick that as a preset, and now when you listen to it by itself, as we learned last week, distortion will actually change the timbre by adding harmonics, so it could almost just play together as is. But I want to get rid of some of that mud that's in the low and mid-range. We're going to add an EQ plugin onto that distorted bass track. Let's just choose a simple one. And we're going to choose the high pass. And this is it by itself. That's a little skinny, so why don't we adjust that. Okay, that gets rid of the mud at the bottom, but I still feel like it's kind of dead sounding. So let's add a stereo widening plugin and get it out of that center. So right now, if you listen to them together, let's choose this as a preset. Here's it without the widener, right up the middle. Let's add the widener. Much better. And you can actually see this in practice. On a phase scope, here is it by itself, straight up the middle on the scope. There we go, we got activity all around now. Okay, one more thing I want to do is whenever I'm using the distorted as an effect, I want to attenuate the high frequencies of the original bass track. So we're going to go and add another EQ on the original bass track. Same deal, except this time it's going to be a low pass filter. And we don't want to roll off too much, so that'll work. Okay, so I don't want that EQ kicking in during the whole song when the effect track is not being played. So I'm going to have to automate this process. So we go into the plugin, and we're going to choose Master Bypass just to turn it on and off whenever we want. And you can adjust it by going down and selecting that automation curve we just created. And so it's kind of backwards thinking. We're going to want to engage the EQ only when we are using the affected track. So we're going to have to be bypassing the EQ the whole time. So let's turn that on. So now you see right here, the EQ is not being used. And then when we get to the point in the song where we want it, we're going to drag it down. Boom. And then drag it back up because it's only there for a measure. And we'll do that to every instance that we are using it. Let's get this out of the way. And for this longer section that fades in. Okay, so when we press play, you can see the EQ engages and then disengages. And then so you can hear the whole thing being used. I'm out to prove I'm not a fool for you. I'm out to prove I won't lose my mind over this. And there you have it, a quick example of mirror EQ being used, in this case, taking duplicate copies of a track and making them play nicely on top of each other in a mix. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.